Well, it feels like deja vu. We have another tropical storm located towards the southeast of Okinawa, east of Luzon out here. The storm is continuing to strengthen as of recording this. JMA has not upgraded to a tropical storm yet, but once it does, it will be called Muifa, and once it enters the Philippine area of responsibility, it will be called Inday by Pagasa. Pagasa has a different naming system, just something we deal with here in the Western Pacific. So you're going to see two names on this storm. Don't be confused by that. But right now, though, JTWC does have it as a tropical storm. They are expecting it to continue to intensify, moving towards the northwest and really tightening up with those winds maxing out around 120 knots. That's nothing to laugh at. Once again, not quite super typhoon there, but getting close. Very potent storm system likely here in the forecast. I mean, it's the same dynamics, the same setup as we've seen with Hinenor, so this forecast is not out of the question. But I do want to note there is, we always have to talk about the cone of air with this, especially since this is in a very same area as we just dealt with Hinenor, meaning the dynamics are the same, meaning do expect this to move just towards the south of Okinawa Honto. But we do have another area of low pressure towards the northeast. We have this high pressure located over eastern China, which could kind of waver things just a bit here. And if the winds do waver, if that center of circulation changes even further towards the north, that could put Okinawa Honto in the eye wall. Once again, I want to stress, right now, the forecast does not call for the eye of the storm to hit Okinawa Honto. But, as I'm going to explain here in just a moment, it could waver. Right now, though, it looks like it's going to pass somewhere around Miyako, Jima, with those outer rain bands hitting you here. Like I said, I'm not trying to hype anything up or anything like that. Let's talk about what I'm mentioning here. All right, so first off, here's a look at the ensemble with the GFS, and look at the spread and the guidance stretching all the way from the Amami Islands. I think that's highly unlikely, all the way back there towards Ishigaki. Now, the consensus with the GFS and the ECMWF mostly is west of Okinawa, so heading into Miyako and Ishigaki-jima, but there is still a bit of a spread here. This is the reason why. You have this area of low pressure towards the north, just south of Japan, which could almost kind of pull this a little bit further north, and that's why actually in the latest forecast we have been seeing a little bit of an edge there, and then you got that high pressure over eastern China. Now this is going to ride south of that likely, but if that high weakens at all, it could waver it off here, and then we're also going to see it eventually want to recurve with a passing trough. So it's all about the timing of that trough, where that high pressure is going to linger, and just how far west this is going to go. There's a lot of questions, but right now I think the consensus from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center with the forecast track is probably the best bet and the best layout based on everything we're seeing right now. And of course, you want to continue to check back in with them. They update that every 6 hours. They give a whole prognostic reasoning of why they're doing what they're doing, and pretty informative stuff. So smart guys out there at the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Looking at that, though, some pretty big waves coming in again. Surfers are going to be happy about it. This guidance from the ECMWF, though, still showing that area of low pressure there. It really did back off in that low towards the northeast, so around Japan. So not expecting this at all to recurve before it hits Okinawa. That's the thing we're pretty confident at right now. All right, here's a look at the T-Core setups. Some of you still don't quite understand it. If you are in the military out here in Okinawa, pretty wise idea to understand what T-cores are. Storm watch, maybe winds won't exceed 50 knots, but still want to prepare. Once you start going through 3, 2, 1, I think it's wise to strap everything down. Every typhoon, we have a flying trampoline out there. One of these times, it's going to cause an international incident, I swear. If you get these warnings on your phone and if you're out here in Japan, because they do send these out, and they're going to look like they're going to be in kanji. Sometimes they put them in romanji for you, but they'll be in kanji, especially if you get that togobetsu, the purple level warning here. Stuff gets serious. It's wise to know what these warnings are too as well. Sometimes you get on your phone, especially if there's some flooding or anything like that in your area. Anyways, yeah, so heading into the weekend, looks like another messy one out here once again for the southern Japanese islands. Also inflow, bringing some more rain to the Philippines, so you got a lot to talk about. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. If you have any questions or anything like that, as always, let me know. Number one thing, of course, is stay safe out there. Big shout out to everybody on Patreon, too. Continues to support this channel.